Most startups don't fail because the product is bad. They fail because nobody understands what they do or why it matters. A founder can spend years building something useful and necessary, but when they explain it, investors don't feel the urgency and customers don't see the value. The common response is to lean into tactics. You run more ads, hire a growth hacker, or keep redesigning the landing page. But these actions often remain disconnected. Without a unified narrative at the center, these tactics don't compound. They just spread confusion to a wider audience. This is the problem the story method was built to solve. My name's Usman Khan. I've used this framework to help over 30 startups globally move past random marketing and toward a repeatable narrative. Before any growth effort can actually scale, you have to clarify exactly what you stand for and why your specific solution matters. We start with S. For a moment, put aside the logos, the pitch decks, and the ad campaigns. In this framework, story refers to the origin moment, the specific frustration or the ignored insight that forced you to build this product in the first place. You have to be able to articulate this internal problem clearly. If you don't understand the narrative spine of your business, you can't expect the market to see it either. This is the start of your framework. Everything you build from this point on will be supported by this central spine. Clarity starts with you. If the origin story is murky, the product will likely remain invisible to your customers. Next is T for target. Many founders speak to broad categories like SMEs or startups, but these labels are too wide to be effective. A real story requires a specific person. You need to identify someone experiencing a specific problem in a specific moment of urgency who needs your solution right now. Sifting your focus from a general demographic to an urgent individual need changes the strength of your messaging. It stops being a broadcast and starts being a direct conversation. We add this to the blueprint, extending the spine down to connect your story to the person who needs it. When you try to talk to everyone, you rarely connect with anyone. A sharper target is how you ensure your message actually lands. Then we have O for offer. When traction is low, it's easy to assume the product itself is broken and needs more features. Often, the product is fine. It's the offer that is unclear. This is how you package and present the value of what you've already built. While the product remains the same, the framing determines how it is perceived. Proper framing moves your solution from being a nice-to-have luxury to a clear necessity. The offer connects the product's utility directly back to the target's urgency. Good framing doesn't change the product's code or components. It changes the customer's understanding of why they should act today. Step 4 is R for reach. This is where we look at channels, ads, content, outbound sales, and partnerships. Remember that channels are amplifiers. They don't fix weak positioning. If your story is unclear, your marketing just spreads that confusion to more people. Once your story, target, and offer are aligned, your reach becomes a focused extension of that spine. Now every campaign has a clear job, and every channel communicates the same core message. Reach without a narrative is a risk. Alignment ensures that every dollar spent on marketing actually supports your central goal. Finally, we reach Y for yield. The sale is not the finish line. If you acquire customers but can't keep them, your growth will eventually stall. Yield is about what happens after the purchase, focusing on trust, retention, and turning customers into advocates. This is how your story compounds. You turn a successful customer into proof, proof into market confidence, and confidence into consistent growth momentum. This completes the framework: story, target, offer, reach, and yield, all connected by one through line. Tactics get you noticed, but a systematic approach to storytelling is what transforms early interest into a sustainable business. You now have a unified blueprint. Your origin insight is now directly linked to your customers' long-term success. Market breakthroughs don't always go to the companies with the largest budgets. They go to the founders who make it easy for people to understand the value of what they've built. When an audience understands why your work matters, you remove the friction that usually gets in the way of a sale. Your job now is to carry this single, clarified story across every pitch, every landing page, and every meeting you have. If you are building something important, make sure the world understands why it matters. Visit usmanakakhan.com to get started. Let's clarify your story.